He says that will allow the city to redirect water, at least temporarily, before any further restoration efforts can be explored. Water has to drain out of the pipes, a process that could last into the afternoon. Police in New York have arrested a woman accused of stabbing a tourist as she changed her baby's diaper at the Macy's flagship store in Herald Square. Correspondent Meg Oliver reports investigators say it was an unprovoked attack.
Police say the suspect stabbed the California mother in the back and arm inside a Macy's bathroom Thursday. The mom is expected to fully recover. Her 10-month-old daughter was not hurt. Police say the woman's husband and her 2 older children were right outside the bathroom when the attack happened. The suspect, who is believed to be homeless, is facing several charges, including attempted murder.
Newtown on Sunday marks 13 years since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary. An interfaith service will be held Sunday night at 7 at Newtown Congregational Church. Republican State Rep Mitch Belinsky represents the town. He says residents benefited from state support in the aftermath.
People don't heal from the loss of children. We benefited from, the mental health supports a lot after the tragedy. Part of the legislation that year was a significant investment in mental health and also in community mental health.
He says more should be done to respond to mental health problems nationwide to prevent future tragedies. Governor Lamont has directed that flags around the state fly at half-staff on Sunday. Legal issues with Kilmar Abrego Garcia continue. Anthony Mason has the latest.
A federal judge has barred immigration officials from rearresting Kilmar Abrego Garcia at check-ins. He appeared for a scheduled appointment at an ICE field office in Baltimore yesterday, a day after a judge ordered ICE to immediately release him from a detention center in Pennsylvania. Abrego Garcia became a symbol of resistance against President Trump's immigration crackdown when he was mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador earlier this year.
British monarch King Charles gave a rare update on national television about his cancer journey since being diagnosed in February 2024. The king revealed he still has cancer, and he shared how he expects his treatment to progress. CBS News correspondent Haley Ott says the king is encouraging others to be educated about it.
Throughout my own cancer journey.
Good news for Britain's King Charles, who's been in treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer for nearly 2 years.
Thanks to early diagnosis, effective intervention, and adherence to doctors' orders, my own schedule of cancer treatment can be reduced in the new year.
The British monarch's openness about his health has been unprecedented for a member of the royal family.
I know from my own experience that a cancer diagnosis can feel overwhelming. Yet, I also know that early detection is the key that can transform treatment journeys.
The king wants to make a difference in people's lives, says Sunday Times royal editor Roya Nika.
Because I think he wanted to use something as terrible as a cancer diagnosis as a positive in order to try and encourage people to go and get tested early, to raise awareness around cancer, and also, I think, to let people know that, like him, there is a way for some people to live with cancer.
The number 5 UConn men's basketball team, 10-1, closed its non-conference slate with a 71-63 win over Texas, 7-4 on Friday night at a sold-out People's Bank Arena. It was the 6th straight win for the Huskies as they finish one of the stiffest non-league slates in league history with a 5-1 record against high major foes. The Huskies open their 39th season of Big East play Tuesday, December 16th, when Butler visits Hartford.
WTIC weather.
The rest of today will be quite chilly with clouds and limited sun, the high 36. Cloudy tonight, will have some snow from late evening on, tapering to flurries tomorrow morning. Snow can accumulate 1 to 2 inches, and untreated surfaces will become quite slippery. The low tonight, about 25. Later tomorrow, breezy and colder as clouds break for some sun. The high 32, though temperature will begin to fall in the afternoon. On Monday, sun followed by increasing clouds, breezy and very cold, high 25 to 29. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg in the WTIC Weather Center.
The time is 9:05. It's 27 degrees in Hartford. I'm Steve Regula for WTIC 1080 News.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
At the Ivy at Ellington and Watertown, we've created 2 assisted living residential communities that feel more like a friendly neighborhood. Settle into your own home-like apartment and enjoy a wide range of activities with the comfort of knowing your day-to-day needs are being met. We also offer Reflections, a specialized memory care environment. Tour either community and meet our staff. At the Ivy at Ellington and Watertown, we take pride in being run by family and treating you like family. Visit theivyassistedliving.com. That's theivyassistedliving.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Vigorito with D-Tech in Cromwell, Connecticut. We are a manufacturer of industrial control panels.
Todd is a Tab Computer Systems customer for a number of reasons. One of them is value for money. Todd's a big fan of Tab's month-to-month service agreement.
When we first signed up with Tab, we had been looking at a lot of companies and they all had different contracts, and Tab had different number of hours per month that you could buy. We bought one that we thought was sufficient for us.
For Todd, no locked-in contract is the way to go.
We have a month-to-month contract. We pay for a set number of hours per month, and we're not locked in for any long term, but we don't need to be locked in because we're locked in because we want to be with them as a great service provider.
Month-to-month affordability. Another reason to call Tab Computer Systems today. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. Or visit tabinc.com. Technology's advancing business. Tab Computer Systems.
This is WTIC's Computer Talk with Tab, hosted by Eric Semmel and Dennis Halnon of Tab Computer Systems. Interact with Eric and Dennis by phone at 860-522-9842 or email them in the studio at gethelp@tabinc.com. Get help anytime at computertalkwithtab.com. Now, here are Eric and Dennis on WTIC News Talk 1080.
And good morning. This is Computer Talk with Tab. I'm Eric.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're going to be here until 11 o'clock. And we're here live in studio. We're not at the Holiday Store, but we're live in studio here, taking your computer calls, comments, questions, and concerns. However, you can text to give during the program. And you guys are amazing, helping out the Salvation Army every year. And the easiest way, right from your phone, is to simply text WTIC to this number, 31333. And you can use a credit card. I always recommend never using debit card for anything, but this is a secure way to do a text to give. This is how I do it. And just text WTIC to 31333. You can make a credit card donation to the Salvation Army and help out the Salvation Army and what they do all year long. But this is a very important time of year where people, just a little more friendly and cheerful. Hopefully things are going well in your life and you have anything to maybe give to someone who is not as fortunate as you. And this is a great time to be thinking about it. And, of course, to do it between the hours of 9 and 11 just shows how great our audience is at the Computer Talk with Tab audience. Because we're number 2, Dennis.
We are number 2. Woo-woo.
So you guys are great, and we appreciate it. And I know whoever will receive whatever gift you can afford will appreciate it as well. So we're going to be here till 11 o'clock, taking your computer calls, comments, questions, and concerns. Feel free to get online. 860-522-9842 is the number. And also, we'll be talking about scammers.
Yes,
so
we will.
There's a great site called Scammer Payback, and we'll put a link to it. And basically, Scammer Payback actually shows you a guy who's going to scam the scammers. Shows you what they're trying to do to you. When they say they're from Microsoft, or they say they're from Norton LifeLock, or they say, you have a refund coming, and then they say they inadvertently gave you too much money you need to give it back to them, and you find yourself in front of a cryptocurrency ATM putting $40,000 in cash back into the cryptocurrency because those ding-dongs somehow were able to send you too much money, but you need to go do it the hard way, of course, with them on the phone.
Right.
These scams are amazing, and they typically prey on the elderly. And I was just at a conference last week in Tampa, and I got to see the guy, the Catch Me If You Can guy. What was his name again? Frank
Abagnale.
Abagnale. That guy.
Or Abagnale, yeah.
Amazing person. He gave a great talk. And the reason I bring him up in the same context is he's written a couple of books. Scam Me If You Can. Basically, it's a book that explains the scams. So once you've read what they're doing to you, you probably won't fall victim to these scams. His primary advice: never use debit cards, ever, never, ever, ever,
right.
never.
Right.
Use credit cards, and of course, if you find yourself on the phone with somebody and you find it always to be urgent, if you must take action now to do something to solve a problem that this scammer has called you up with, that's a huge, huge red flag.
Yes, it is.
All these scammers have red flags. That's one big one. The thing you must take action now. And if you find yourself on the phone with some ding-dong you never met and you're driving to your bank, you're being scammed.
Right. And another red flag is they don't let you get off the phone. They stay on the phone until you've pumped that money into their account at whatever the Bitcoin machine is that you're using.
Or the gift cards, whatever they're making you do.
Whatever the gift cards are, they want you to read the numbers off or whatever. They don't get off the phone until they've gotten that from you.
So scammerpayback.org, actually. We'll put a link to the site. And he's got a great YouTube channel. And it's a really kind of enjoyable thing to watch him hack the hackers. Because these hackers, believe it or not, probably have a better healthcare plan than you do. They probably get better PTO. They're literally sitting in the third world, and they're connecting up, acting like they're from these other companies. They're acting like they're from legitimate companies like Microsoft or Norton or LifeLock or whatever. They're saying they're there to help you. Oh, they owe you a refund, and then they accidentally give you too much money, and you have to figure out how to give it back to them. Don't do it. Take the money and run. Believe it or not, they've given you nothing. It's a complete scam. There's another guy named Joe Robles or something like that. He's an amazing former NASA engineer that does all these great glitter bombs for people who are porch pirates.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. I've seen a couple of those too.
Oh my gosh. He also does a squirrel maze.
Yep.
Trying to see how smart the squirrels are smarter than most of us, I'll tell you. This guy also has hacked the hackers and sent these because they figure out how they have these mules that'll actually collect the cash that you're going to put in an envelope. If you find yourself wrapping cash in duct tape in a bag and you're at the post office with like $10,000 in cash you've wrapped and stuffed in a box and you're at the FedEx store, you're being scammed.
You are.
So he actually tracks these guys down and sends them roach bombs and all these things to actually have and cameras are on these bombs, so you can actually have them show the scammers being impacted by the roaches and the stink bombs and all the glitter that he sets off in these scammers' call centers. It's actually kind of nice to finally see this because we've been victims of these scams forever. We are a very gullible, trusting people, and these scammers take advantage of that. So Frank wrote a great book. We put a link up to Frank's website.
Yep.
He's been working with the FBI for like 50 years, training FBI folks as to what to look for because he was a big check forger. He paid his debt to society, and he helped train the FBI folks as to what to look for. And he wrote these books as far as what you should look for. And if you do purchase these books, and I'm not selling you anything, I don't get anything for saying any of this stuff, but if you buy his book, Scam Me If You Can, the proceeds go to the AARP. So he's not making any money off it either. He just wants you to be informed. And that's what these sites are great about. Because you guys won't believe me if I told you that there's people out there these are smart, intelligent folks that would find themselves in front of a crypto machine, stuffing thousands of dollars of actual cash into the machine right here in Connecticut. We've had a caller call in.
We had a caller.
$5,000 in cash.
Yeah.
He actually waited in the parking lot before the gas station opened to stuff the money in the crypto machine because he believed it. So if you find yourself doing that, scammed. And these books and these websites will give you some insights so that you won't be scammed, and share them with your friends and family. There's so many people out there that need to be informed that these scammers are out there, and they prey on you very easily. The moment you let them in your computer, you're in trouble. And that's all using Screen Connect and all these technologies. These are legitimate technologies that regular tech people use to give them access to your system. So we'll put some links up here to these resources, and you can take a look at them. But it's kind of important. What else do you want to bring up, Dennis?
I wanted to mention something that might be a little bit obscure, but it is a thing, and it's something that everybody that works in an office deals with, and that is fonts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fonts.
The State Department, the United States State Department, a couple of years ago switched from a default document font of Times New Roman to one called Calibri, Calibri.
Yes, sir.
Which happens to be the default font for Microsoft Office since 2007.
Calibri is.
Yeah. So really what they did is they just caught up to that just a couple of years ago, 15 years late. Okay.
Yep.
Now, just recently, Secretary of State Marco Rubio decided that they're going back to Times New Roman.
Going back.
Now, the whole question here is, why are you worrying about things like that?
Right.
Why did Microsoft make that change back in 2007? Why is every other word processor ever since, including things like LibreOffice, why do they default to sans serif fonts that don't have those little handles at the ends of the characters?
Right.
Okay.
Right. They're a little less formal, let's say.
Right. And that's the whole point. They are an informal type of font.
Right.
Which makes them more legible. In other words, it's technically easier to identify each letter when it's sans serif as opposed to serif font.
Yep.
Now, in terms of readability, serif fonts are called more readable, which means it allows you to recognize whole strings or blocks of texts and be able to read them, from beginning to end.
And that would be the Times New Roman font.
That would be Times New Roman,
right?
Which, to my mind, is one of the worst fonts ever made because it's just not very good. There are others that are better, including some that Microsoft invented, like Georgia, which is kind of a variation on Palatino, which is much better to begin with anyway. But at any rate, I saw this story and I was thinking, this has become a thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, it is something that people deal with.
I deal with it in music.
You deal with it in music, which I didn't even know about.
It is insane. If you're trying to read music, I'm an amateur. I'm just a hacker. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to keep up, right? And you chuck a piece of music in front of me, and every single piece of music that is thrown up in front of me is a different font.
What?
Imagine actually reading Harry Potter, and every paragraph is a different font. That's reading music. And it is very frustrating. This is the government who can't get their act together on what font they want to use.
Right.
Because in other departments, they're still in Times New Roman, I guess. So this just brings them all back to uniformity.
Yeah, and you wonder why they resisted Microsoft's own change. And apparently it's because the letterheads that they've been using are all serif font. So they want that to match in the letter. But
here in music, it's been around for quite a while there, Dennis. And I'm sitting there in my chair. I've worked all day. I get down ready for rehearsal at 7 o'clock, and I'm getting a new piece of music, and it's written in a different font. They don't even put we call it, the mapping of the music in the same places. You can have a whole phrase on a measure in front of you with 4 sharps on it. At the very last thing they do in the actual bar is tell you the next bar is going to be natural. They put a little character right there to say, hey, by the way, the next one's going to be natural. If you don't catch that, you're doomed.
Going to play the wrong notes.
Yes, and I still got to write it in. But the point is, every single time you look at a different piece of music, it's in a different font. And that makes it harder for me. Your brain is sitting there trying to figure out everything else. let alone that this little squiggly is not a quarter rest, it's an eighth rest, because the little squiggle is a little different. Look at jazz font versus all these different fonts. There's crazy fonts everywhere, Dennis, in music.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It is not fair. It's like I always call it reading the Matrix. And I am not good at reading the Matrix, especially sight reading. So they make it even harder. So it's good for your brain, though. That's why music is so important for your brain. You're able to actually try to decipher all this and change gears, and you're just thinking you have to read it differently. But it's just interesting. So now the State Department's going back to the uniformity of Times New Roman, but we would probably recommend they change everything to the whole government over to,
use
sans
the
serif.
default for the application. I mean, how hard is that? And why would it be unreasonable? I'm just an IT guy, so I ask questions like that.
We don't want effective government, Dennis. All right, so we're going to be here until 11 o'clock. Feel free to get online. Stephen, hang on. We're going to get to your call after the break. 3 lines open for you. And please text to give to the Salvation Army. Text WTIC to 31333 and be as generous as you can be. We'll be right back.
Hear that? Exactly. That's the sound of McDonald's Extra Value Meal. Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash brown, small hot coffee, and sweet golden silence. All for only $5. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-664-1204. 800-664-1204. That's 800-664-1204.
Steve Austin was the $6 million man. Rebuilt stronger, faster, better. At Columbia Implant Center in Manchester, fiction becomes reality. Meet James. Thanks to their advanced implant technology, he's living proof of the bionic jaw, getting powerful, life-changing results. James says his new smile has him feeling truly, and we quote, better, stronger, faster. Columbia Implant Center, precision engineering, where science fiction meets modern dentistry. Visit ColumbiaImplantCenter.com.
Need space in a hurry? Order your storage container at eagleleasing.com or call 1-800-GET-EAGLE and we'll have it delivered on site like that. I'm Mike Eagle, and just remember, don't get stressed, get Eagle. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Need a space shot? Rent one of our clean, dry, ground-level storage containers from Eagle Leasing today. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or check us out and get a quote at eagleleasing.com. I'm Brandon Eagle, and you see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-830-4914. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-830-4914. That's 800-830-4914. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-830-4914 or biglou.com. That's 800-830-4914 or biglou.com.
From the Carter Mario Injury Lawyer Studios, visit getcarter.com.
That's getcarter.com. This is Computer Talk.
And we are back. This is Computer Talk with Tab. I'm Eric.
And I'm Dennis.
And we are always in the same font. Maybe you still can't understand us, but we try. We try to help you out there. But let's get to your calls. We're going to go to Steve in Southington next. Hey, Steve, you got a big football game coming up today, don't we? Steve, you there? My fault. Let me try it again. Are you there, Steve?
Hello, can
there
you hear me?
Yeah, my fault. I had to push the button harder.
Oh, well, good morning.
Good morning.
I'll try to keep this on schedule.
All right.
I've had the battle of the fonts, as I call it, too, a bunch of times, and it's so tiresome.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I wanted to say is I've been getting some more experience with technology, new technology, and for me, that's GPS.
All right.
And I got to experience it firsthand alone, and it was okay at first, but then, I did something that I probably wasn't supposed to do. It was a rolling stop, more or less, and one of the local all-way stop signs, and this guy raised his fist and gave me the honk and everything. I didn't do anything, I didn't think, but...
Wait, you did a California roll through the stop sign?
I wasn't quite using it. I wasn't really using it properly.
Okay.
And it comes with two ways of using this technology, where you can listen to it.
Yes.
It also shows up on a map and a display.
Yeah.
And then also, right in the window, it gives the actual northwest-south, turn here, turn there.
Right.
Direction. And I found that very useful, but I really needed to hear the voice, and I like to watch it at the same time through the window. And when that didn't happen, I just had to rely on just the window. I wasn't quite as comfortable as I'd like to have been.
Mm-hmm. But wait a minute. So you were paying attention to the GPS and you rolled through the stop sign?
Well, I was looking at the line on the display at the time.
Yeah. You got to be careful there. Distracted driving.
Oh, yeah. That's when I said, I'm not comfortable doing this. I don't want to do this.
Just listen to it. Just listen to it. Yeah, use the voice command.
The other thing, what's that?
Use the voice command then. Don't watch.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's on my phone also, the Waze thing.
Yep.
That has a voice, yeah. But the other thing I wanted to mention is something that you talk about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it came up on a TV show, and I know I did this with the Cobra currency thing, but it happened with a Rockford Files episode.
Yep.
This thing came out in 1978.
Yep.
And it involved, I have to see it again because there's just so much going on in the episode, but it's a two-part episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it involves computers and databases, and in the end, they mention a warning and also the Privacy Act from 1974. And I think somebody tinkered with it or amended it, and it got changed, and that's when the warning came out from that episode. And it got the hair. It's one of those, episodes where you see it and go, ooh, that's creepy. It got the hair on the back of my neck going.
Wow. You're watching 1974 TV shows, and it's getting you. Wait till you watch the current stuff. You're a little behind there.
No,
Steve.
that was from 78.
It was from 78. Yeah. I even found
January.
out.
It came out in January 1978. That's the beauty of these phones. You can look up anything on them.
You're right.
The name of the episode is The House on Wills Avenue.
Yes, that's it.
And that had a cybersecurity privacy warning.
The computer privacy came into the story, apparently.
It was probably just then after that War Games came out. So you got to catch up. There's some serious stuff you got to see there, because if you're watching that, it's like that's like playing with crayons versus being Da Vinci or
there's so much good classic TV to watch. It's unbelievable. I like Hawaii Five-0 with Jack Lord.
All right. Well, even back then they're warning you about privacy.
Will Travel. All those old Western shows are great. Lawman.
Yeah, I agree. But it is interesting that they were having warnings back then about privacy and technology.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to get more.
Yeah. Oh, we can barely hear you now. You're all muffled. But our opinion is that.
Wow, here we are today with that episode.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's a thing, and if you go check out the links we gave you there to paying back the scammers there, and Frank's link there, you'll be amazed at what's going on out there as far as privacy and the hackers and what they're doing to you.
Yeah, I saw a letter. I hadn't opened it for over a year, and I opened it, and it said that I had a data breach.
Yes, everybody has. That's the other thing, too. We're all on the dark web. But, Steve, we appreciate it. We're coming against the bottom of the hour. Thanks for chiming in.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. You definitely got to watch what you're doing when you're using GPS. If you can't, pay attention, you don't want to go through that California roll and hit somebody. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock. Feel free to get online and text the Salvation Army if you have anything you can give. In this time of giving, text WTIC to 31333 and do what you can. Use your credit card and help somebody else a little less fortunate. Salvation Army does a great job, and they've been doing it forever. It's a great charity that you can give and understand that the majority of your money is going to go to helping people. And it's easy to do. It's secure and simple. Just text WTIC to 31333. We'll be right back.
Now, a WTIC news update.
Good morning. It's 9:30. I'm Steve Regula with the WTIC 1080 News. Another water main break in Waterbury has left thousands of residents across much of the city, as well as neighboring Watertown, Walcott, and Prospect with little or no running water. Anyone who does have water is told to boil it until further notice. Police in New York have arrested a woman accused of stabbing a tourist as she changed her baby's diaper at the Macy's flagship store in Herald Square. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says thousands of people are without power in 7 regions of Ukraine after Russian strikes on energy facilities. Newtown on Sunday marks 13 years since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary. An interfaith service will be held Sunday night at 7 at Newtown Congregational Church. Governor Lamont has directed that flags around the state fly at half-staff on Sunday. British monarch King Charles gave a rare update on national television about his cancer journey. Since being diagnosed in February 2024, the king revealed he still has cancer and is encouraging others to be educated about it. The number 5 UConn men's basketball team, 10-1, closed its non-conference slate with a 71-63 win over Texas, 7-4 on Friday night at a sold-out People's Bank Arena. The Huskies opened their 39th season of Big East play on Tuesday when Butler visits Hartford.
WTIC weather.
The rest of today will be quite chilly with clouds and limited sun, the high 36. Cloudy tonight. Will have some snow from late evening on, tapering to flurries tomorrow morning. Snow can accumulate 1 to 2 inches, and untreated surfaces will become quite slippery. The low tonight, about 25. Later tomorrow, breezy and colder as clouds break for some sun. The high 32, though temperature will begin to fall in the afternoon. On Monday, sun followed by increasing clouds, breezy and very cold, high 25 to 29. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg in the WTIC Weather Center.
The time is 9:32. It's 29 degrees in Hartford. I'm Steve Regula for WTIC 1080 News.
At Columbia Dental, we love to make kids smile. Our expert pediatric dentists specialize in children's dental care, making every visit fun and comfortable. Open 7 days a week. Call 860-645-0111 or visit columbiadental.com.
This holiday season, we celebrate the things that truly matter: community, connection, and the well-being of those we care about. In a time of widespread healthcare mergers, Sohn Health is a proud exception. We are locally owned and managed by independent, community-based physicians. At Sohn Health, we believe the greatest gift in healthcare is a strong, trusting patient-physician relationship. Give yourself the gift of truly local care this season. To find a provider, visit SohnHealthcare.com. That's SONE Healthcare.com.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. So when you've spent too much on a night out, get deals on the after party. When you've got date night, get deals on favorites that'll make you their favorite. And when you've got family for the weekend, we've got breakfast.
It only takes $5 to fire up the flavor with the hot and spicy McChicken in the $5 meal deal. Or $6 to savor a McDouble in the $6 meal deal. Price and participation may vary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year, and you could potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st on the #1 selling commercial vehicles for 40 consecutive years. And start working smarter with your money. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Based on S&P Global Mobility, CY 1985 to 2024 U.S. TIPNet registrations, excluding registrations to individuals.
All right. We are back. Little Gary Hoey for you. Ho, ho, hoey. We've got Carolyn working on that for me. Again, getting you in the spirit here. Text WTIC to 31333 and help out the Salvation Army. We're going to put a link here because Dennis turns out is a Rockford File fan. And
yeah, definitely.
They did all, I guess the show started with voicemail messages on an answering machine. And back then in the 70s, an answering machine was latest technology, Dennis.
It was, and it was very innovative at the time. But the show opens panning to his desk in his office and hearing a message left on his machine. And every single one was different.
And most people were just amazed that he could use his machine.
Yeah.
Because we're 12 o'clock flash. Actually, were VHS tapes even there yet?
And better yet,
yes,
he had a device in his pocket that he carried around, and he would call his answering machine remotely.
Oh, that's next level.
Play the sound from this little device into it, and then it would play back whatever messages were waiting for him.
That is tech magic back then.
Back
man.
in
that
the
is like
1970s,
78?
that was it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll put a link up to that as well for you. Let's go to your calls. Who is next here? Bob, I think in Hebron is up next. Hey, Bob, what's up?
Hi, Dennis and Eric. On my laptop, I got an HP Envy laptop. It's only a couple of years old, if that. And could any of my system power and battery settings be causing my charger to get extra warm if I plug in the charger while I'm actually using the laptop?
There are no settings that should be causing that.
Yeah, extra
and there
warm.
are no settings that you can make to make it better.
Yeah.
If it's getting too hot for you to touch,
that's dangerous.
That's dangerous, and it's probably a problem with the hardware and in the adapter, not in the computer. There's probably something shorting out in there.
Right, but if it's warm enough to just kind of warm your hands up a little bit, you're probably fine.
Yeah, if I touch mine right now, I've got mine plugged in, and I've got an Envy.
Yeah.
And if I touch it right now,
yes, he's touching his.
It is
charger.
just a little bit warm,
but not
it's
hot.
not
Not burn your house down type hot.
No.
So it's all relative there.
But yeah, there are no settings in the computer that you can put in to change that. If it's getting too hot for you to touch, you got to replace.
Do you have a meat
adapter.
thermometer there, Bob?
Oh yeah.
You could tap it on that just to see how hot it is actually getting.
Yeah. Well, it's just noticeably hot. I mean, I can touch it.
Yeah, then you're probably fine.
I can touch it. I can hold it in my hand.
Yeah, you're fine.
But it's just it's a lot warmer. It's a lot hotter than I've ever felt a charger be before.
Okay. Well, again, it could be an issue. It could be something you should be thinking about if you think it's a danger.
Well, here's the question: Is it hotter now than when you bought it?
That's hard. That's a hard thing to know.
Is there what I'm getting at is, has there been a change over time, and it's now hotter than it used to be? That's my question.
It's possible. It's just something that I can't be sure that it's just all of a sudden I'm noticing it more.
Yeah.
And I guess what would be the best way to get a new charger that is the right one for my machine?
Well, the Envy line uses a lot of different chargers, but there are many of them that are compatible with it.
Yeah.
And you can go to eBay. I'm not sure I do that. But you might also want to go to HP's website and check.
Yeah.
Now, they're probably going to recommend a specific charger for your laptop that matches what they sold you at the time.
Right.
Which, as I said, might not actually be necessary because there's probably a lot of others that they sell that will work fine too. So what I would do is I would put in a bunch of different Envy model numbers and then just buy the one that's least expensive. You don't need to overpay for it.
All right.
If that makes any sense.
Okay, so should I? I'm looking at the charger right now. Is there any info on that that would be?
Maybe. You might find a part number on it.
Yeah, there should be a part number on it.
And you can always go to Amazon and HP's site and put that number in if you can find the part number on it. And again, you might not even have an issue. I know I'm joking about the meat thermometer, but not really. The meat thermometer will take the ambient temperature, so I suspect you could tap the tip of it right against your charger and get an idea as to how hot it is. And then you could actually use the Googles and ask if that is a concern. How hot is hot? I don't have it off the top of my head as far as how hot is hot. But maybe the fire department has information on that as well as far as how hot is hot too.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I guess I could just keep using it and see if it gets. I mean, if it's a short of some kind, it should keep getting hotter and hotter.
Well,
right?
yes,
Right.
and it will get worse over time if there is a hardware problem inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Okay. Then I guess that's what I'll go by. Okay. And if now you said to go to the HP site, but
Yeah.
what if I just went directly to Amazon?
Yeah, you can
that
do that.
should work too.
Yeah, that'll work.
You can probably go to Newegg, maybe Crutchfield, B&H Photo, possibly also.
CDW.
CDW,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Newegg, Crutchfield. What were the other ones?
CDW.
CDW, and then B&H Photo, and their website is bhphotovideo.com.
They got some pots. They got plenty of pots.
Yeah.
Video.com. And all the other ones were .coms, right?
Yes.
So,
Yep.
Nobody's a nonprofit.
And nobody's a .net either.
Yeah, no nets or goes.
Okay, so Newegg, Crutchfield, CDW, bhphotovideo.com.
Yep, you got plenty.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Bob.
And hey, what do you mean when you say that I could listen to your older? I could listen on podcasts to your older shows. If I subscribe to you, what is it? What do you mean by if I subscribe to you?
Well, that's a fair question. It can be confusing out there. So wherever you get, if you're an Amazon Music person, you can go to Amazon Music and go search for podcasts, and you can put in our podcast in Amazon, and then subscribe to it. Meaning it'll download and connect to your device and download episodes to your smartphone or whatever app is using it. If you go to Odyssey, you can do the same thing. You can subscribe to our podcast. You log in, WTIC, subscribe to the station, and or subscribe to our show specifically, and it'll download to your device or connect to your device, so you're going to get the latest episodes if you miss one. That's how you quote-unquote subscribe. They tend to not cost anything. Spotify too. If you're part of Spotify or if you just like to get your stuff from Spotify, you can subscribe to our show, and it'll preload your feed with our show on it for you, so you don't have to wait for anything. You're just kind of saying, hey, I like the program, and you're going to kind of get in a queue there. And you can choose, like I said, to bring it down, I think, locally or not. But that's how you subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, well, if I go to Odyssey and I look at, I do this all the time, and I look at TIC, and I punch that up, and I get that going so I can listen to it.
Yeah.
Like you,
Oops.
tirelessly to keep things running.
There we go.
Sorry.
Let me imagine your industry. Granger's here for you with professionally great supplies. Just stop by.
Uh-oh, you're stuck with a thing running.
Get it done.
You there, Bob?
Yeah. I'm just. Where's it?
You just put in our search.
I did. I exited out. Okay, and then so it's going now, and you guys are coming through.
Nice.
But where would I go from there if I wanted to get an older?
Well, they list all the episodes. There's like 600 of them. So you could pretty much spend the rest of the next 2.5 years listening to shows contiguously if you want to.
But what would I click on next? Like, would I click on podcasts or all podcasts?
Yeah, you should be able to just, in the search under Odyssey, type in Computer Talk with Tab. It's the name of the show.com, but doesn't work in this case. Computer Talk with Tab in the search, and then you'd find us there, and then you're going to click follow or subscribe, and that'll be showing you all the episodes. You can just keep paging and paging and paging. If you follow us on Apple Podcasts, same thing. 500 plus episodes are out there. You can literally have it running. You have a long trip going. You can listen to us for hours and hours and hours.
We can post a link to it.
We can.
Yeah, why not?
We'll do some link. We actually have links on our show at computertalkwithtab.com. You get the Spotify link. You've got the Apple link. They're there.
And that just reminds me. I'm sorry to be taking up too much time here, but I saw the link about getting the thing about changing your settings for
OpenDNS?
Yeah, OpenDNS.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. What about on Windows 11 if I wanted to do it computer by computer? If I just wanted to do it on my computer.
We can post instructions on that, too.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, that would be great.
You got
That'd be great. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, Bob, thank you.
Appreciate all the help. You guys are always fabulous.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll be right back. We're going to step out for a quick break. We got Sean and Chuck on the line. And again, feel free to text WTIC to 31333 to help out the Salvation Army. We'll be right back.
Retirement should be about living, not worrying. At Retirement Income Source Scranton Financial Group, we build custom portfolios designed to generate steady income through interest and dividends, so your money works for you. Call us at 855-930-6293.
Investment advisory services offered by Sound Income Strategies, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisory firm. The Retirement Income Source and Sound Income Strategies are associated entities. Retirement Income Source with David Scranton is a paid program.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it.
800-472-0658. 800-472-0658. 800-472-0658. That's 800-472-0658.
Ground level storage containers, road trailers, or mobile offices. Don't get stressed, get Eagle. Just call Eagle Leasing at 1-800-GET-EAGLE or get a quote at eagleleasing.com. I'm Brandon Eagle. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Facilities managers, it's time to think inside the box. Storage trailers and ground level storage containers from Eagle Leasing are the way to go. I'm Mike Eagle. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or visit us at eagleleasing.com. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Computer Talk with Tab. I'm Eric.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're going to get on the horn here with Chuck out there in Durham. What's going on, Chuck? Chuck.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
I have an 4-year-old Office Expo 9025.
Hey, Chuck. Are you speaking into the phone directly or into a speaker? You sound like that teacher on Charlie Brown.
I'm speaking into the... hold on.
Yeah. Otherwise, you sound just like that Charlie Brown teacher.
How's that better?
There you go.
That's the way.
We knew you could do it. All right, what's your question, sir?
All right, I have a 5-year-old HP 9025 inkjet printer. I purchased new cartridges from the HP store. I did have a little trouble seating them. Then everything was okay. And now, all of a sudden, the color cartridges do not show any ink levels in the printer assist, which is a little piece of software, or on the printer itself. But the printer does work, and it prints color. So I don't know whether I got some funky cartridges, or whether when I had the trouble seating them, I screwed the printer up.
More likely. If it's working, you win.
If it's printing on the paper,
don't mess with
then
it.
it is physically where it needs to be in the printer.
Yeah.
I mean, and I would not, take them out and try to put them back in or anything like that. No.
The software could be misreading them or misunderstanding something that could have been caused by your seating them. Yes, that could be. But Dennis disagrees. He's feeling it's working. So it just could be the software.
If it's printing correctly,
it's working.
Then it is not only electronically connected properly, because otherwise it wouldn't get the print job at all.
Yep.
but it also is making contact. The nozzle is making contact with the paper and delivering ink.
Let's go next.
So,
let's go
there
next
you
level
go.
then. Could it be a security thing where the computer is not allowing the software program to communicate with the printer in some
That would
crazy
have
way?
to be it. Is something in the something either within the cartridge that's misreporting its status to the printer.
All of them.
Or if the yes, all of them. Or if there's something going on with the printer itself, where it's just not picking up that information from the cartridges.
Right.
I'm thinking that there might be a firmware update for the printer that might fix it. If HP is aware of a flaw in that, they may have fixed it.
Now,
So that might be a next step.
The other thing, Chuck, is do you have anything else you could do today besides firmware update on your printer?
I could donate money.
There you go. Donate money to the Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
That's a good choice. I like that. So here's the thing about firmware updates. They can also cause trouble. So if everything's printing okay, the moment it's not printing where you miss a color or have an issue, you could always decide at that point, okay, I guess I got to do the firmware update to see where I stand. You could do that. Or just do the update. It may not be a big deal. We'll try to find the firmware link to that machine for you and post it over at computertalkwithtab.com if you really do want to do a firmware update. It also could be a software update on the other side. It might just be that the software on your computer from HP needs to be updated. No, Dennis is not thinking. He's giving me the face.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right.
You could
firmware
update.
more?
I'm thinking
I have a pretty
firmware
new
is most
computer.
likely.
You have a what computer?
Pretty new computer, Windows 11 computer.
Okay.
About
All
9
right.
months
Well,
old.
it'll have probably the most recent drivers then already.
Yeah, but then you're even more right, because if it could be an older machine that needs to talk to that Windows 11 in a different way, the firmware may need to be updated.
Yeah, we do keep coming back to that. So there you go.
So if you have nothing else to do aside from making that donation, and you still have more time left, if you want to do the firmware update, that might do it for you, Chuck.
Alrighty. Once again. So you're going to post this on Computer Talk with Tab.
We're going to put a link to the firmware of that particular model computer, model printer. Yes, we will try to find that for you.
Yeah.
It's a 9025 Office Jet Pro.
All right.
Gotcha.
We'll get it up there for you in a few. Give us a few minutes, okay? We're quick, but we're not
Okay.
that quick.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks. And that's the thing. We see this all the time when software changes. Certain products, certain apps, the underlying iOS changes or operating system changes in the case of Windows 11. And now the computers and the devices that were speaking to it don't work anymore. And now you got to make sure all that's updated. Happens all the time, whether it be a voice over IP phone app that happens to be impacted by an Apple change, or it happens to be Zoom, where that's impacted by the underlying operating system change. You're always having to upgrade, whether you like it or not, when one thing moves. It's like that bubble you push down one and another bubble pops up. You're always trying to find all the bubbles, and then eventually you run out of hands and feet. Hold them all down. But that's what we do all in our lives. And I keep telling people, the moment we fix your computer, an update occurs 20 minutes later, your computer is completely different now. Right? In the old days, when we started the show 30 years ago, a Windows update was just it. But now it impacts so many different things. And actually, Chuck's Windows 11 is not the same as my Windows 11, is not the same as Dennis's Windows 11. We're all three of our machines, even though they're all Windows 11, are all completely different recipes, different soups. And that's the problem with this, and that's why IT can be so frustrating. And that's why it takes some time to get things solved. Let's go over to Sean in Marlboro next. What's going on, Sean?
Good morning.
Morning.
How you guys doing?
Okay, how are you?
I have a Dell laptop computer, about 5 years old. It originally had Windows 10. I upgraded to Windows 11. About 2 weeks ago, I was playing around with SafeBoot, and like the fifth time I booted in safe mode, I get this kind of blue screen of death. It says recovery, and it says your PC device needs to be repaired. A required device isn't connected or can't be accessed.
Ooh.
I'm like,
That'll teach you
So
to play around with it.
Well, I'll never do it again, I swear.
I got nothing else to do, but let's mess around with SafeBoot.
So thankfully, I mean, I do frequent backups, and I have system image backup at least once a month, if not once every 2 weeks. So I initially tried recovery, external USB recovery disc. That didn't work.
So wait, so because you tried an external disc and it couldn't find the target?
What happened was I was able to. I'll try to speed the story along. I tried to refresh, not a clean install, but I tried like a refresh of Windows 11.
Yeah.
And so I got Windows 11, and then when I tried to do the system image, it says the system image restore failed. It says Windows did not find any disk which it can use for recreating volumes.
Yeah. You messed that safe boot up pretty good there, kid.
So what happened? So then I decide, okay, I'll create a media creation tool and I'll do a fresh boot because maybe the operating system got really messed up.
No.
That didn't work.
No.
Long story short, I fixed it. But what happened is I had to go on multiple websites and finally one message board somebody said, I think that's a Dell, and I think Dell, their BIOS or their BIOS is RAID rather than AHCI.
All right.
Yes.
So I went into the BIOS and I changed the mode from RAID to AHCI, and miraculously, Windows can find the disk.
Well, right. If it was looking for a RAID, RAID adapter and a RAID array, it wasn't finding it.
Right.
AHCI just refers to the direct interface between the computer and the drive.
So I guess that's my question. I fixed it, and I eventually was able to restore from the system image, but then then it wouldn't boot. So then I had to go back into BIOS and go back to RAID, and then it worked perfectly.
That makes no sense to us, but we're glad it did. Both of us are shaking our heads there.
Yeah, I think there might
Something
be like
else
a
going
flaw in the BIOS that's misidentifying what it's doing.
Yeah.
And just changing those settings made it work, but that there's still something underlying that's
and sometimes
not right
it's a
there.
silly boot order. But we're glad you got it working again, Sean, and we're coming up against the heartbreak, and that was a good story. The moral of the story is...
Don't do safe boot.
All right, Sean. Thanks for checking in.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, make sure you have a good backup because if you do mess around with stuff like that, it can be a bad day. Make sure you text to support the Salvation Army, WTIC to 31333. 4 lines wide open. We'll be right back after the news.
The holiday season is a busy one. At Trinity Health of New England, we're here to help you make your health a priority. Our team of primary care experts provide personalized care that's specific to you. Schedule your health care your way. Find a provider or book an appointment using our personalized concierge phone line. Call 1-833-SEE-YOU-NOW. That's 1-833, the letter C, U, Y-O-U, now. 1-833-SEE-YOU-NOW. Or visit trinityhealthofne.org/PCP.
Got heat? No? Say, come on into Campbell. If it's cold outside and inside, contact Campbell. Campbell Heating and Cooling does business the American way with their own technicians, so you know that you can trust who's coming into your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From simple service to a complete system replacement, count on Campbell, veteran-owned and operated. Campbell Heating and Cooling. Visit CampbellCooling.com.
Campbell Cooling uses all major name brands, including American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Mitsubishi Heating and Cooling Equipment.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Steve Regula with the WTIC 1080 News. Connecticut State Police say a pedestrian is dead in the western town of Washington. Troopers say they responded to Litchfield Turnpike at the Whittlesea intersection around 5:20 Friday afternoon on the report of a pedestrian being struck on Route 202. The pedestrian, identified as 36-year-old Darwin Mauricio Ars of Danbury, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver wasn't hurt. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. Another water main break in Waterbury, and this could be the worst one yet. While crews repaired a smaller break from earlier in the week on Thomaston Avenue, a high-pressure artery gave way. Now, tens of thousands of residents across much of the city, as well as neighboring Watertown, Walcott, and Prospect, have either little or no running water. Mayor Paul Pernaruski says temporary repairs on the break on Huntington Avenue late in the summer should allow them to redirect some water.
We are working now to activate those gates and to get the tower on that will allow us to shut the water off coming down Huntington Avenue. That should allow us to recharge water up into the Bunker Hill area, which means we should be able to get water also to Waterbury Hospital and start to address their concerns.
Anyone who does have water is told to boil it until further notice. There's no restoration timetable yet. The city is waiting until water drains out of pipes and debris is cleared from the break site to assess the damages. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says thousands of people are without power in 7 regions of Ukraine after Russian strikes on energy facilities. The BBC's Will Vernon says this attack comes just before more peace talks.
It was one of the largest attacks on southern Ukraine since the full-scale invasion began. Hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles bombarded southern cities, with the port of Odessa the worst hit. The Ukrainian leader is due to travel to Berlin this weekend for talks with European leaders. The US envoy, Steve Witkoff, will also attend, despite growing frustration in Washington at the speed of progress in resolving the conflict. Europe continues to walk a tightrope between a US peace proposal seen as favorable to Russia and Ukrainian demands that its territory must not be handed over to Moscow.
Belarus has freed more than 100 prisoners, many of them political prisoners. The BBC's Debbie Russ has more.
They include the Nobel Peace Prize winner Ales Bialiatski and the opposition politician Maria Kolesnikova, who had served 5 years in jail. She's expected to arrive in Lithuania shortly. The deal to free the prisoners has been brokered by the United States, which is keen to normalise relations with Belarus.
Football fans in Calcutta have vandalized a stadium during a visit by the famous soccer star Lionel Messi. 80,000 people paid to attend the event, and many say they couldn't see Messi because he was surrounded by security and local celebrities. This man was among them. He can be heard through a BBC interpreter.
We couldn't see anything. Neither did he take a penalty or kick the ball around. He didn't do anything. The actor Shah Rukh Khan was supposed to be here, but he didn't come either. He just came for 10 minutes and left. This is fraud. People's money, emotions and time, everything has been wasted.
The organizer of the event has been detained. Messi is on a 3-day tour of India. Dozens of cows have been stolen from ranches in northern Colorado. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace has the story.
Turnkey cattle company owner Chad Sanger first thought the missing cows had escaped or been killed by predators, but he found no carcasses or holes in his fence.
It's kind of silly that you really go back 200 years and have to worry about rustlers again.
The thieves only took cows and heifers, not steers or bulls, leading Sanger to believe they were taken for breeding.
There's money to be made to take them. Those are worth anywhere from $3,000 to $4,200.
Other ranches have also reported thefts. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
WTIC weather.
We're keeping tabs on an area of low pressure that will be moving through the Ohio Valley this afternoon. As it does, we'll see a lot of clouds today, little in the way of sunshine, but we'll rebound to about 36 this afternoon. As that storm reorganizes along the mid-Atlantic coast and then moves northeastward tonight and early tomorrow, it will spread some snow across our area that will last for about 10 to 12 hours before it tapers to flurries tomorrow morning. It'll be a light snowfall, but there can be an inch or two around the area overnight and early tomorrow before it moves away, and that'll make untreated surfaces quite slippery with a low tonight in the mid to upper 20s. It won't rise much tomorrow. Clouds will break for some sun behind this departing system, but it will turn breezy and colder. Our high 32, but then temperatures start to fall in the afternoon. We'll bottom out in the low teens tomorrow night as skies clear. We start with sun Monday, then clouds increase, a breezy, very cold start to next week with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s on Monday. It'll stay cold Tuesday despite some sun or high near freezing. Then the cold eases on Wednesday. We should reach 40 with some sun. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg in the WTIC Weather Center.
It's 10:05, and the temperature in Hartford is 29 degrees. I'm Steve Regula for WTIC 1080 News.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Hi guys, this is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice, I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN. That's 860-440-PAIN. 860-440-PAIN.
If you're in business, you've most likely heard the phrase customer retention. Providing superior service to retain great customers like D-Tech Service in Cromwell is a priority at Tab Computer Systems.
Years ago, we were using another managed service provider for our IT support, and we weren't happy with their performance.
That's D-Tech's Todd Vigorito. He explains how he became a Tab customer.
I was familiar with Eric from his radio show, Computer Talk with Tab, and decided to give him a call and see what they could offer us. We've been together ever since then.
What does Tab offer that keeps Todd and D-Tech a satisfied customer?
Tab offers everything that we need and always comes through, whether it's new hardware or updates to software. They're always there to take care of it.
Dedication to customer service. Just another reason to call Tab Computer Systems today. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. Or visit tabinc.com. Technologies advancing business. Tab Computer Systems.
This is WTIC's Computer Talk with Tab, hosted by Eric Semmel and Dennis Halnon of Tab Computer Systems. Interact with Eric and Dennis by phone at 860-522-9842 or email them in the studio at gethelp@tabinc.com. Get help anytime at computertalkwithtab.com. Now, here are Eric and Dennis on WTIC News Talk 1080.
And good morning. This is Computer Talk with Tab. I'm Eric.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're going to be here till 11 o'clock, taking your computer calls, comments, questions, and concerns. And, of course, it is the holiday season, so feel free to give, if you can, whatever you can, to the Salvation Army holiday store here at WTIC. It's a very easy thing to do. This is the way I do it. You just text WTIC to this number, 31333, and an app comes up, and it's going to ask you to fill out some information, and then you can put in a credit card and then give whatever you can. And simple, easy, and, it's this time of year, we're so busy. I mean, it's crazy how busy we all are. And if you have a little bit extra that you can give, feel free to. In this time of year, it's every time of year is a difficult time of year, but this is the time we're all thinking about it. So we're going to ask you now.
Yeah.
So if you could consider it. So I was given an Alexa Echo Pop, Dennis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Otherwise known as a smart microphone.
Yep.
It's a speaker, but I was given it as a gift, so I've been playing around with it. I wouldn't have bought it on my own, but I do have it, And we've been playing with it. I've changed the name. It's not Alexa, it's computer.
Oh.
And every time you say thank you, it says my pleasure.
So you can do like Scotty did in Star Trek 4 and walk up and say, computer.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Victor. No. So basically, every time I say thank you, it says my pleasure, my human overlord and master. I want to make sure I put it in its place. So I had noticed last night that it was glowing with an orange glow on the top of it.
Okay.
And so this is connected to Amazon's AI.
Yes.
All right. I'm a Prime member. So I said to the pop, using all the power of AWS and the data centers and all the power of Amazon's AI, I said, computer, what is your orange light doing? Are you listening to me all the time? And he started being a sycophant, apologizing. Yes, I could be listening to you. I'm sorry, that could be the case, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, can you stop doing that? Turn it off. And, of course, it wouldn't stop.
No.
Because that wasn't the answer.
Right.
I had to Google it. Why is my Echo Pop giving an orange amber light? And now I asked Dennis 5 seconds ago. He's like, I know the answer, right? What is the answer, Dennis?
Well, the answer is that those are that means that there's a notification for you to listen to.
I got messages. It's my message machine, like Rockford Files.
Right. What you're What you're supposed to do is walk up and ask what your notifications are.
Well, I didn't know that. I started with the question of what the heck is the light about there, computer, and it didn't know.
And it didn't even know.
It didn't. It had no self-awareness, and I was already apologizing because that's all AI
That's all
does.
it can do. Yeah.
So I asked it how. Once I get into it, you got to turn that stuff off manually in the app. You can't even do it by talking to the AI. But you can order crap like crazy.
Oh yeah.
But you can turn that off
100%.
in the app too.
Yeah.
But I just found it.
Or you can assign a pin to that.
Yeah, well, there's that. How much I is really there?
Not a lot.
Right? If you can't ask that question and get the actual answer of the thing that's going to be hitting everybody, right? The programmers never thought to tell it how to answer that question? Or did I ask the question so obscurely, why is the amber light blinking, that it couldn't answer the question?
I don't know. It seems crazy that that wouldn't be accounted for, but I guess it isn't.
That's my point about the AI bubble.
Yeah, and remember, I think it's Greenberg's theorem or Weinberg's theorem.
Mm-hmm.
If builders built buildings the way programmers wrote programs, the first woodpecker that came along would take down civilization.
Yeah, that's where we are with AI, I think. But it is interesting. It is our modern day helper there. Let's go to your calls, though. We're going to go who's next here. Let's see.
We have Lynn in Prospect.
All right, let's go to Lynn. What's going on, Lynn?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I have a question. I always had an Apple desktop computer, which I used for years. And I just bought, 2 years ago, I bought a Lenovo laptop with Windows 11. And I noticed there's a big difference of the screens. It cuts off, like on Facebook, it cuts off the left hand. It's not a full screen like my desktop. It cuts off the left-hand column or the right-hand column. And then, so I went and I bought a monitor, attachment. I figured a big monitor would make the screens, the information spread out. And I called for help, but it didn't. And then another issue was I was trying to put a message on someone's portal, and I saw all the messages from the past, but it would not let me put a message in. And I was telling this person, and she said, I think that's a problem, one of the glitches of Windows 11.
All right, so here's what you did. So you had your laptop, you opened it up, and it wasn't showing the whole screen. And then you put an external monitor on it, and it actually mirrored the same screen, right? It mirrored it. That's a function of your display settings, okay? Your display settings can be set up to expand the monitor so you kind of have a larger desktop, or mirror. So what you did was dutifully plug it in, and it said, okay, I'll mirror my misconfigured screen. So that's why you're looking at it the way you are. This is not a Windows thing. This is it's a combination of the actual hardware and your display settings. So what you need to do is put your cursor anywhere on your screen that has not to do with a icon, and right click, and you're going to get into display settings. And you need to make sure those settings are correct so you actually get the proper geometry of the screen. Because the fact that it mirrored it means your screen's okay. I would have thought that your screen might be bad, but the fact that it mirrored the display this way, it means it's actually set up this way.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what you do. You go into the display settings that way, and in the display settings, the item that you're going to click on is called Scale. Okay?
Yep.
And you'll initially see like a percentage. If I look at mine right now, it says 200%.
Right, because we're getting old, we can't see.
Well, some of us. At any rate, if you click on that that item, it'll give you all the options.
I run at
scaling.
150.
Most people run it in Windows 11. Most people run at 125 or higher.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah.
High res is not a thing for me anymore.
Well, here's the thing: the resolution of the screen.
Yeah.
Like this one is a 5K screen.
5K.
Yeah.
You can see the pimple on the butt of a gnat on the pimple of the gnat itself.
Right. So if I run it 100%, everything's going to be microscopic.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit larger than it normally is. Otherwise, you're not going to see it.
Yeah. So you got to mess with your screen settings somehow, some way. You have got it pretty screwed up in that the scale is incorrect or not configured properly on your display settings. Once you get that corrected,
then you're going to be fine.
Yeah, and you can now you have this extra screen. You can configure that to extend your desktop, not mirror it, and now you're going to have even more real estate to have all sorts of windows up at the same time if you want to. As far as entering the message, I don't know what that is. Saying it's a glitch in Windows 11 doesn't make any sense. It would sound to me that it would be within the software you were using or the provider of that software or the website, wherever you're entering the message. It's their fault, not Windows 11's fault, most likely. But let's work on that display.
Okay. When I was putting it on my desktop, my Apple desktop, I never had a problem
Yep.
putting a message in there.
Yep.
But then I tried once on, because I try to stay away from this Lenovo. I'm not comfortable with it. But one day I tried it on there. I couldn't find anywhere to get that message in there. Put the message.
There's probably some control that's somewhere in that window that you're just not seeing because of the way the screen is laid out that you're looking at.
Let's get your screen correct.
Get that scaling set right so that the entire window shows up, and then you'll be able to post whatever you want.
Right.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I was looking around, but I needed to look further.
Yeah, we'll put a link up to how to set display settings up on Windows 11 for you.
Okay.
All
Great.
right.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Lynn.
Okay.
All right.
Happy Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas. All right. So Lynn's going to get her display going. We're going out to Long Island and Dan. What's going on, Dan?
How you doing? I'm looking for a new tower, and I have a choice of adding RAM. I want to get 32 gig. I have a choice of adding one 32 gig stick or two 16 gig sticks. Is there an advantage of one over the other?
Depends. Right now it's price, really.
Well, if you get one 32 gig stick, then you'd be able to add another one later.
Right. That's the advantage.
Yeah.
But pricing right now is cuckoo.
Yeah, the pricing is weird. But if you can get that for the same money as the two 16s, that's what I would do. I would go with the 132.
They're both the same price. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, then that's your decision. Go with the one stick that's 32.
When you say the same price, you're saying the quantity of two 16s is the same price as 132?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They're just all going through the roof as far as pricing goes. So grab it as fast as you can because the price is going nuts.
Okay, I just thought maybe there was an advantage of having two separate sticks.
No. Dennis is giving you the better advice. If you ever want to add more RAM, you'll have more open slots rather than two filled slots.
Right.
Yeah. The old computers used to come with 4 slots. The new ones only come with 2. So.
Old computers came with 8 slots. They had all sorts of. What are you talking about? 4 slots? Come on. Or some of them came with even more than that. We had all sorts of slots.
And on the flip side, there are some laptops that are soldered.
Yeah, you can't do nothing.
You can't do anything. It comes with what it's got, and that's the end of it.
Planned obsolescence.
Yeah. So.
All right, Dan.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a great holiday.
You too. Thanks for checking in. All right, Dan, out in Long Island. We're going to step out for a quick break. Get to more of your calls. Tony, hang on, and 3 lines open for you. 860-522-9842 is the number. Everything's been posted over at ComputerTalkWithTab.com. It's the name of the show.com, which also works. We'll be right back.
Ground level storage containers, road trailers, or mobile offices. Don't get stressed, get Eagle. Just call Eagle Leasing at 1-800-GET-EAGLE or get a quote at eagleleasing.com. I'm Brandon Eagle. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Facilities managers, it's time to think inside the box. Storage trailers and ground level storage containers from Eagle Leasing are the way to go. I'm Mike Eagle. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or visit us at eagleleasing.com. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Women face unique challenges in retirement planning. Claire Hare is Senior Vice President of Hackman Wealth Partners. Claire, what are some of the biggest financial challenges women face?
So the top three that I would identify are, 1, knowing how to re-enter the workforce after a break. 2, catching up on retirement savings. Definitely need to know which investments to choose. 3, understand that women live longer than men on average and they need to save more money. Our team specializes in guiding women through life's transitions with personalized strategies that grow with you.
Call for a comprehensive review next 5 at no cost, no obligation. 860-321-6800. 860-321-6800. 860-321-6800. Call now, 860-321-6800.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Discussion of safe and secure products and guaranteed income plans refer only to fixed insurance products that are subject to the claims-paying ability of the insurance company.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Like no clue? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the gift that keeps on giving. Every time they easily slip into their shoes, they'll think of your perfect holiday gift. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. They really improve the quality of life. And Skechers slip-ins are perfect for everyone you know. Moms, dads, grandparents, kids, friends, they all love them. Just go online and look at the reviews. People rave about slip-ins. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors, from sneakers to casual shoes, even winter boots. They're fashionable, durable, and the most comfortable shoes they'll ever wear. It's the gift of comfort. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more. But hurry, because the holiday is almost here, and the perfect gift is waiting. Skechers slip-ins.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
From the Carter Mario Injury Lawyer Studios, visit getcarter.com.
That's getcarter.com. This is Computer Talk.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Dennis and I will be in the flesh in Avon.
Next Saturday.
Yep, next Saturday. So if you want to stop by and make a donation to the Salvation Army, Dennis and I will be there with Joey, I'm assuming, as well, taking your donations live. We'll be set up there. A couple of pasty white computer geeks gotten out of the basement and out into the public at that lovely hotel in Avon. So if you're going to save up your donation for then, that's fine, but we'll be there next Saturday morning. Let's go to your calls. We're going to go to Tony in Farmington. Hello, Tony.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. Actually, I have a two-part question. First thing I'm trying to find out about is these new cell phones that I haven't seen one, but I've actually seen a couple of advertisements for them that fold out. It's like a trifold phone that folds out, and the screen becomes like 3 times the size of the normal face of a normal cell phone.
It's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know how long they've been around. Like I say, I haven't seen one, but I'm just wondering if you know anything about the reliability and how they're working out.
I'll give you what I know, and I'm sure Dennis will give you his. The early ones were not so good. They had issues.
There were a lot of problems. The displays were flaky.
Yeah.
And they weren't reliable. I mean, they were breaking, and leaving you with only half a screen, and it was kind of a mess.
But through failure, we all learn. And so they've come out with some solutions that are much better now. And these Samsungs and Pixels that are out there now seem to be the real deal. The only issue that you got to be aware of is they're twice the thickness, really, of a phone. So you're going to have a real brick in your pocket there. Keep that in mind. I would tell you to take a look at one physically at a store if they're still around to do that, and see if you like the idea of the thickness. But once you flip it open, because I was at a conference and this guy was talking about it with us at the table, and the issue that he's having with it is his hand is a pretty big hand, but not big enough. So you have to get a special kind of holder to even hold the thing when you flip it open.
You have one of those knobs on the back that you can grab.
Yeah, or a handle you slide your hand into. So now you got the handle sticking to this thing. So that's quite a lot of stuff in your pocket just to have the additional space. So it does work. This folding stuff works. So we're going to see LCD screens that are going to be wrapped around your coffee pot for who knows, That's going to be cool, but I would tell you that you probably want to play with one, and they're very expensive. They're like twice as expensive as a standard phone.
Right. And they're also twice the weight. You talk about the thickness, but the weight also.
Yeah, that too. That's why when Eric said you're having a brick in your pocket, I mean, it's not only physically sized like a brick, but it weighs that much. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep that in mind too. So the functionality of it, the ease of use. Your thumb, you're going to have to use two thumbs. Your left and right thumb. So I would tell you check them out, but it is legit. It does work, and it is they have figured it out. They can do bendable screens.
Within the last couple of years, there's been great improvement.
Yeah. All right, Tony.
If your vision is not the greatest, it sounds like that's where you might want to consider something like that.
Well, you can actually also increase the pixel sizes on your phone too, like we're talking about on our computer.
You can scale your display.
You can scale your display, but yes, it could be a benefit.
Right, but there's a downside to that too, because
you run out of space.
Yeah. Okay, my real question.
Well, Tony, we're coming up against, believe it or not, a hard break. Can I put you back on hold?
Sure.
The real question, of course. Hang on one sec. We'll put you back on hold and get to Tony's real question. You guys, Jack, Sarah, and Steven, hang on. All the lines are busy. Feel free to text to WTIC to 31333 to give to the Salvation Army and help someone else in need. We'll be right back.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
And now, a WTIC news update.
Good morning, it's 10:30. I'm Steve Regula with the WTIC 1080 News. Another water main break in Waterbury has left thousands of residents across much of the city, as well as neighboring Watertown, Walcott, and Prospect with little or no running water. Anyone who does have water is told to boil it until further notice. Connecticut State Police say a pedestrian, 36-year-old Mauricio Arce of Danbury, is dead in the western town of Washington after an accident on Friday afternoon. The driver wasn't hurt, and the cause of the crash remains under investigation. The New Haven Register reports that a state judge on Friday awarded nearly $32 million to parents of a premature newborn who died at Yale New Haven Hospital in 2018 after he was fed cow-based formula without their permission. Court records show Judge Karen Goodrow awarded the damages after finding the hospital's decision was the proximate cause of an intestinal disease that later killed Aries Rain Peterson. Police in New York have arrested a woman accused of stabbing a tourist as she changed her baby's diaper at the Macy's flagship store in Herald Square. Newtown on Sunday marks 13 years since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. An interfaith service will be held Sunday night at 7 at Newtown Congregational Church. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says thousands of people are without power in 7 regions of Ukraine after Russian strikes on energy facilities. And dozens of cows have been stolen from ranches in northern Colorado. The thieves only took cows and heifers, not steers or bulls, suggesting they were taken for breeding.
WTIC weather.
The rest of today will be quite chilly with clouds and limited sun, the high 36. Cloudy tonight, will have some snow from late evening on, tapering to flurries tomorrow morning. Snow can accumulate 1 to 2 inches, and untreated surfaces will become quite slippery. The low tonight, about 25. Later tomorrow, breezy and colder as clouds break for some sun. The high 32, though temperature will begin to fall in the afternoon. On Monday, sun followed by increasing clouds, breezy and very cold, high 25 to 29. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg in the WTIC Weather Center.
The time is 10:32. It's 31 degrees in Hartford. I'm Steve Regula for WTIC 1080 News.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you use insulin or have had hypoglycemic events, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. That's 800-438-8173.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt?
Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-999-3339. That's 800-999-3339. Again, that's 800-999-3339.
All right, we are back. And we were talking with Tony. He had his real question he wanted to bring up. What's going on, Tony? What's your real question?
Yeah, I wanted to know what is the latest and greatest as far as being able to transfer your phone numbers, your contact list, and your say your text messages and pictures maybe from a phone that you've been using to a new phone.
Well, most phones are going to have a transfer utility on them. I have a Samsung, and it has a transfer utility.
Yep.
And most of iPhones do, and most of the other brands have their own little tool. Sometimes even the carrier will help you with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Google Pixel does.
And sometimes you can go to the carrier's office, and they may actually help you port the contacts from one to another.
Only drawback there is they use an intermediary computer or a system, and that makes me nervous about privacy.
I know, but if he can't get an app to work, that would be his escape hatch.
Yep, that would be. But usually you connect them together and just use a utility it's built in. It's pretty straightforward.
And like, if you're getting your new phone from Walmart or something, where the help is,
don't use Walmart.
Well, you wouldn't go to Walmart and get the help. If you're buying a Walmart phone, it might be like a Verizon phone, so you go to Verizon.
Yeah, whoever the carrier is, they might be. That's an
carrier
escape
that
hatch.
you're talking about.
You can buy a phone at Walmart, but the brand of phone might have that built-in interface that you won't need anybody to help you with. So if you're going from Samsung to Samsung, Pixel to Pixel, those are pretty easy. If they're within the same genre, if it's Apple to Google, that might be a little more difficult because those probably won't transfer very well at all.
Okay, I know it's going to be Android to Android. That much I know.
Yeah, so you probably can do it yourself, and if you stay within that genre of the same brand, it's even easier. If it's Samsung to Samsung, it'll be easy.
And either way, we're talking about a cord connecting the two phones together when you do
Not
this?
necessarily.
Not always.
There might be, but there are ways to do it using Wi-Fi.
Right.
Okay, and when you do that, that's where you're going through another computer, or your information is.
Well, Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi network in your home.
And what'll happen is the two phones will talk to each other over your local Wi-Fi.
Right. Okay.
It's not that big a deal these days. It used to be a bigger deal.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
All right, Tony. Good luck.
You good. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's go on. Who's next here? We're going to go to Jack in Glastonbury next. Hey, Jack. You want to talk fonts, I hear.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me on a speakerphone right now? Is that okay?
It's okay. But talk radio etiquette is always to never be on speakerphone, just for folks to know that.
All right. Well, I'll switch over. Hold on a second.
Oh, no. Now talk radio etiquette is not to waste time doing things either.
Well, all right. I'll stay on speakerphone. Hey, the reason I called, you were talking about fonts. That's kind of a thing that I'm interested in. I've been on the Microsoft Word desktop platform forever, so I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah.
That font selection. I had this project last year where I had to convert my mother's travel logs into we decided we're going to convert them to a book format.
Yeah.
And, I thought this will be trivial, just type all this stuff in. And 365 pages later, we have the book, okay? So it worked out. So it was a learning experience for me because I'd never done that kind of thing with Word. And so I've got a couple of tips for people that might want to, using Word and they want to they're concerned about fonts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the New York Times font it's about the only thing that's really good for is Greek letters. If you're doing some math, sometimes the Greek letters of that font are good.
Yeah.
But as far as using it, it's really designed for newspapers, and they're designed for narrow columns, very compact density, and it's going to make their money on not on the column inches of articles that they write, but on the advertising. So they want to use as much space as they can for advertising, save that space.
Right.
So I wouldn't use it. Sans serif, I use that once in a while if I'm just doing a document that's 2 or 3 pages long. It's okay. You can choose one of Microsoft's, Calibri or one of those other ones, Arial, one of those. What I found works good if you're going to do something you want people to read, and they may want to print it out rather than read it on the screen.
Yep.
I found that Century School Book is really a great font, and the reason it's so good is because it was designed for us kids when we were going to school so we could read, and it's got the serifs on it and everything, but it's very readable and it's not very tight. It's got a little bit of space in it.
Nice.
So if somebody's contemplating doing a large book-like thing, I would suggest they look at Century School Book. I mean, you can choose the font and then print it out and see what you like, but that's one that I really like. So the other thing is, once I got into this, I said, well, how the heck am I going to publish this thing or get it so people can print it out?
Yeah.
One thing that I did is Word has a format where you can use you can break an 8.5 by 11-inch page in landscape format into 2 pages that are 8.5 inches tall by 5.5 inches wide.
Yeah, like a pamphlet.
So it's like a pamphlet. That works very good because a lot of books are that size. And it's a good size for people that might want to print it out.
Nice.
The other thing that I use is, and it's free, is the Amazon Kindle KDP publishing system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got a lot of tools that will help you produce a book, and you can produce it for essentially no cost at all. And because they're figuring that you're going to sell it on the web, and then they'll make money off each copy that they produce.
Is that your plan, Jack, to sell your mom's travel logs as a book?
No, but I did it because that way now it's on their platform. It's on Kindle's platform.
Yep.
And anybody who wants it can now get it.
Yeah, you have a big family who wants to see where your mom went.
Yeah, you can. I basically used those guys to publish it in hard copy format, and that's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get it out to everybody, so most of the family got a hard copy version of it.
That's cool. Yeah.
So anyway, that's my tips. So,
yeah.
Great, thank you.
We'll put some links up there to that.
Just so people know, the Century Schoolbook font that he talked about is present by default in Windows and on Mac. So you will have that. You don't need to download it. Don't go out looking for it.
No.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Just use the one that's in your system already.
Oh, another thing, too, about these fonts is, and this is like a gray area, the companies, businesses own those fonts, and, when you publish something, they may want you to pay a royalty.
Really?
I didn't get involved with that, but that might be an issue. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, if you've used anything that isn't like a default supplied font, yeah, you could run into that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you're beeping over there, Jack. We got to let you go. We appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
All right. Font Talk with Jack. Yes, that is all because of the department. The State Department is going to change back from a recently changed font back to Times New Roman to be more cohesive with the other departments, I guess. But that's how we were talking about that earlier. They should have something better to do than that, but that's what they're doing. Let's go on to, I'm going to take a quick break and get to Sarah in a minute there. So let's take a quick break, and feel free to text WTIC to 31333 and support the Salvation Army, and we will be live next Saturday in the Avon Holiday Store. We'll be right back.
Last month, my business cash flow got tight. Sales were slow, invoices were late, and payroll was coming fast. My business is everything, and people rely on me. I can't let them down. I applied online at lenseek.com and had business funding in 24 hours.
Business moves fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Whether it's lines of credit, term loans, working capital funding, or revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply now at LENDSEEK.com.
Your portfolio might be growing, but is it paying you income? Growth is not the same thing as income. At Retirement Income Source Grant and Financial Group, we build custom portfolios that generate income. Stop selling assets to pay for your retirement. Call now for your free income consultation at 855-930-6293.
Investment advisory services offered by Sound Income Strategies, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisory firm. The Retirement Income Source and Sound Income Strategies are associated entities. Retirement Income Source with David Scranton is a paid program.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest.
All right, we are back in the final stretch here over at Computer Talk with Tab, live here in studio in Farmington, but we will be out in Avon next Saturday to say hello. But let's get to your calls. We're going to go to Sarah next in Wallingford. What's happening, Sarah?
Good morning.
Morning.
I think I have an unsolvable problem.
Ooh, we love those.
I have a Kindle Fire tablet, and I'm having an issue with Cloudflare, and I have a feeling it has to do with the Silk browser that this tablet uses. But I can't log into a lot of websites. The one that bothers me the most is I can't log into my bank website.
Huh. You're getting a Cloudflare error?
So, yes, sometimes I get a Cloudflare error. Sometimes it just wants you to keep retrying to verify that you're a human. But the error that I get is 600010, if that means anything.
Oh, we have that cataloged in our heads all the time, yeah.
I'm sure you do. But I have a feeling that it's not my issue. It's not my problem to fix. I have a feeling it's between Amazon and Cloudflare.
It may be, and it may be an artifact of the Silk browser.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to what I'm seeing, you can clear cache and cookies for the Silk browser, and that might help you. Oh, okay. If you've done that, then
I even factory reset the tablet, and it didn't make any difference.
What you may have to do is use a different browser than Silk.
Or,
well,
does your bank have an app?
Yes, and that's my alternative is to put the app on.
All right. Well, that would be the
You
best
can't put it on
solution.
Yeah, you can't put it on the tablet. It's not available in their Amazon App Store.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to find a way to sideload it.
Don't do it. Don't don't start telling people how to sideload, Dennis. No.
I don't advise people doing that.
Too geeky.
Yeah,
he's right.
It's a little disruptive.
I don't want you to do it though, because you can get in some big trouble sideloading. Yeah. So if you can't get the app and you're stuck in a Cloudflare loop, I've seen those too. I've had those issues even on my own machine where it doesn't trust that I'm a human. I'm like, yeah, I'm a human, for crying out loud. There's not much you can really do. You are at the mercy of this issue. I guess you could always use a different device. You can always put the app on your. Do you have a phone?
Yeah, that's what I did. Was I put it on the phone, but it's so much easier to see everything, on the tablet. And it was fine up until like 2 months ago. And
Cloudflare has had some
stopped
issues.
Working.
They do, and but it may not even be Cloudflare's problem. It may be the Silk browser, and it is a very scaled back browser. I think it's based on Chromium, but it has a lot of code removed in order to make it run quicker on their small devices. So there's probably something that it's supposed to do with Cloudflare that it's just not doing because it's not built into the code to handle it correctly.
Yeah, and if you've done all the clearing, you've done everything that they recommend.
Yeah, that would be the only thing that I would recommend trying at that point. But you've done it, so the other thing that you could do is try to get the Chrome store onto the tablet. And then install Chrome or some other, browser, because there's dozens of them now in the Play Store. But that would also require you to sideload the Play Store.
Really?
First.
Yeah, that's right. Kindle and those guys do not play nice together.
Amazon does not want you going out and getting regular apps.
Right.
They want you to work inside their own app store only.
Yeah. That's what I suspected the problem was, but
if they created if they created a proper browser, that would be a first step.
That would be.
But
be helpful.
I guess not.
Bank apps though are notoriously bad. My wife hates the bank app we use. Hates it.
On my Mac at home.
Yeah.
There is one bank that I've done business with in the past that their website doesn't load on it. Not in Safari, and it doesn't load correctly in any other browser on the Mac.
It's crazy.
I mean, I can make it work, but I can't use Safari, and it doesn't look the same than it does on any other computer.
I'm not sure what it is with banking apps, but that's definitely an issue for everybody.
Well, I appreciate your thoughts, and hopefully somebody will fix it someday.
Don't hold your breath, Sarah. You could always change your bank.
I'm not. Nah, I've had it happen on other websites. It's just that the banking one was, the most important to me, if you will.
I gotcha. Yeah. And it could get fixed too, but you have to maybe just wait.
Yeah, I can keep waiting. I've tried calling the bank. I've tried calling Amazon, and,
And then you tried us, and we gave you the same bad answer. Sorry.
That's okay. I thank you very much anyway.
You got it, Sarah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. The banking apps are so bad. I mean, my wife curses every time she tries to log in. The first time always fails. Always.
Oh.
Almost. And I say always. You're not supposed to say always or never. 99.99 always fails. Has to do a second time. Let's go to Cheryl in Prospect. Hey, Cheryl.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I have a question. It's with the iPhones. My iPhone, when I use it, I get the screen, my wallpaper, and then I have to really fight to get to enter my code, and that drives me nuts. I constantly have to enter my passcode, and then sometimes I will get notifications when my phone is laying down and the screen is black. It doesn't stay up there long enough. What do I do?
So you're having trouble entering your passcode to get into the phone itself?
Well, sometimes I do, but sometimes I have trouble getting the passcode to come up. But the screen doesn't stay lit up enough to do stuff when you want to go into to look at stuff. Like
Yeah.
Right now, my screen is black right now because I'm not using it. I'm using my husband's phone to talk to you folks.
Yeah.
But what do you do to keep the display on?
Well, you might want to go into the settings for the display. It's called the auto lock setting.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go into the settings app, go to display and brightness, go to auto lock, and you can set a different time limit. It might be at 1 minute, but you might want to expand it to 5 minutes or something like that.
Okay, but I think I've tried that, man.
Okay. I mean, it is frustrating, too. It happens on Android. You get a notification, you click on it, boop, it goes away. It's like, you just notified me. Why are you turning it off?
I can't tell you how many times I open it up, get a notification, tap it, and then nothing happens.
And you think it's you. And I think maybe it's me. But no, it's the device. It's like, why are you notifying me if it takes that much effort to get the notification? You're not alone in this problem, Cheryl.
Okay.
So maybe that's just a matter of extending the length of time, like Dennis said. But it is a common issue. You almost have to take the notification as a grain of salt and say, okay, they've sent me something to my email. I have to then get to my phone, get in, and then go to my email.
As soon as the notification comes up and I try to get to my phone, it's gone.
Yeah, that happens to all of us. So what you described just happens to me and Dennis as well. There's not a whole lot of stuff you can do there that I'm aware of, or we haven't bothered to try to fix it because both of us have the same problem. It's just the nature of the beach. God bless you.
Okay, so that's my husband in the background.
Sure, gesundheit.
So it's frustrating when I have to constantly put in the code to do anything with my phone. So.
Well, do you have the newer phone where it actually looks at your face and says, it's Cheryl?
I do have the Face ID, but I don't know if it doesn't always work, but I may have to fix that.
Yep.
I may have to redo the Face ID.
Redo the face. That'll do it, Cheryl.
Oh, I know. Because, my phone is, I forget how old it is. I got a few more years. It's a 14 Max Pro, so I got a few years on it.
Yeah.
Well,
keep running as long as you can. Maybe change that face setting and maybe have better luck. But we got to go, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. You have a good holiday, and thank you for your help.
Our pleasure. You too.
Yep.
Thank all you guys for joining us on this Saturday morning. I want to thank Mike G for posting everything over on our Facebook page of the Computer Talk with Tab Listener Network, as well as our X feed at Tab Computer Says. I want to thank Carolyn for producing and putting up all the Gary ho-ho-ho-y. I want to thank all you guys, too, for texting WTIC to 31333. We will be at the Holiday Store in Avon next Saturday, and we thank you in advance.
And remember, we want you to be geeks, too.
See you next Saturday.
Never liked braces? Invisalign is an alternative that may be right for you. It's removable, more comfortable, and reduces the risk of developing cavities and gum disease. Get your dream smile discreetly and easily. Call Columbia Dental at 860-645-0111.
This is the